So today I'm going to do a tips or advice on dyeing your hair video. And I thought this would be really helpful to a lot of people because I know the first time I dyed my hair, I was just nervous and it wasn't good, didn't turn out good, made a lot of mistakes in the hair department, and I'm really happy now with my hair. As you can see, I dye my hair blonde. I absolutely love it. It is like the best hair color ever, and I love it so much. And the person that does it, he is amazing. And as my original hair color, I don't want to be like weird, but it's, you can't see it right now. If I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's this, it's kind of a dark light brown. It's the darkest light brown, if that makes any sense. And I dyed it I have a base that's a strawberry blondish color, and it comes off different looking on camera, and then I have bleach blonde highlights with that, and I love it. I wasn't too sure on the idea at first, and I just kind of let him do what he was best. At first, it was kind of like I went in, got a consultation, I was just kind of didn't really know how to set idea on what I wanted, and I just said blonde hair. All I've ever wanted is blonde hair. I used to put lemon juice in my hair. I used to do so many natural things to my hair to try and make it blonder, but none of it ever worked. And when I went to him, he was just kind of he said, okay, he had an idea, and then the next time I saw him, he was like, I was talking to my wife last night, and I showed her a picture of your hair color, and we both agreed on this, which is what I have now. And he said it would look a lot better, and I trusted him because he sounded like he definitely knew what he is doing. And I saw pictures on his website, and it all looked great. And ta-da! And I love it so much, and my hair is healthy. He made it a lot healthier too, which is awesome. So I guess before I start, I'll tell you guys about my hair story. So my hair experience was probably up until a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, I would say, because summer. I always put lemon juice in my hair. I did so many things to my hair. I would put lemon juice and then go out in the whole day in sun, lay in the sun, never did anything. And I always saw videos of it online where it worked really well. And I was like, oh, okay, this is going to work for me. Obviously it didn't, because my hair was this brown color. I think this shade looks really good on some people, but not me. I just don't like it on me. But anyway, so last year in summer, I finally convinced my mom, and I finally decided that I would go to a salon by my house to the lady that does my eyebrows, and because she also does hair, and I was going to get highlights. So I did that. It was the day of the One Direction concert. I can remember very well. And they just turned out, I remember this was the second I washed my hair, I see myself in the mirror, and there's these blonde streaks. There's my brown hair and blonde streaks going down. And I was like, okay, I got excited because normally I was like, oh, blonde hair, yay. And then she took it out, and I loved it at the time. I loved it so much. And, I forgot to mention this. Before that, I dyed my hair with Boss Color. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do it. I'm saying, it may work for some people, but it doesn't work for a majority, and it just makes your hair this ugly color. So my hair was this reddish, and it was supposed to be blonde. So I got those highlights, so it was a mix of red, brown, orange, and blonde highlights. It was bad, but at the time I didn't really care. I loved it, and I just kept getting those highlights done. And I wanted to dye my hair fully blonde, so in the summer I went to the lady that cuts my hair, and she just said, not possible, I'll do blonde highlights. And I was like, okay, and I just trusted her because I've known her for a long time and I love her. And I get them done, and they were awesome highlights, but that's not what I wanted. I wanted blonde hair, and it just didn't happen. So a couple weeks later, I find my new current hairstylist online, and he looks really good. There's so many pictures of him not of him, but his work that looked amazing. So I go in for a consultation, and it went really well, and he said, "You already have highlights." And I was like, "I know, but I want blonde hair." And he was like, "Well, we can't just bleach it because that doesn't work for most everyone." And so I got a consultation done, and he decided on what they wanted to do, which was originally like blonde and this other like brown color. And then the next time I go, he says, like I said before, he talked to his wife, and he thought they agreed on what would look better. So I was like, okay, I trusted him, and lo and behold, it was amazing, and I'm so happy and thankful like that I found him, because I'm so happy right now, and it's like my confidence is a lot higher. I know that sounds like dumb, but it is. And because I've always wanted blonde hair, and it just was awesome. The whole experience. He's so nice. He's really fun to talk to, and I just trusted him, and he came out with amazingness, and I'm really happy, and I love it. So now that I've shared that story, I'll get into my tips for you guys. So tip number 1 is to think about it. Think about what you want. Think about what would look best on your hair color. Maybe I wanted bleach blonde hair. That would not look good on me, and I had to think about it. So think about it. And keep realistic goals, because that's one thing you definitely need. You definitely need to have is realistic goals. Don't say some hair colors just don't work with some skin tones, I guess. And so I would say keep realistic goals for what would look good on your skin tone, what would look good with you. Tip number 2, make sure you want it. Make sure you're willing to pay. Make sure you're willing to do it. Make sure you're willing to keep up with it. Make sure you're ready to do it. Chances are, I say this a lot, and it's not always true, but if you are asking people everywhere, I don't know if I'm ready to dye my hair, you're probably not ready to dye your hair. You should probably wait until you feel fully set and ready to go. Tip number 3 is a color app. So this may sound kind of dumb, but I actually find it really helpful, and that is downloading a hair color app. And I have a couple that I'll leave in the link in the description box, but oh my gosh, it actually helps me a lot. It helped me a lot. And I know a lot of them are unrealistic hair colors, but you can find some that are really good, that are free too. See what a different hair color would look on you. If you have no clue what that hair color would look on you, but you want it, you definitely need to see some sort of vision of what it would look like on you, and a color app can definitely help with that. So I definitely recommend at least trying that. Tip number 4 is to look up prices. Now, prices may vary for everyone. It always varies from salon to salon, to person. But I would definitely look up a range you're looking at for what you want to get done, because it's definitely not, you don't just want to go there and they tell you how much it is, and you're like, what? Like, I didn't plan for that. Because definitely, if you're dyeing your hair for the first time at a salon, it's gonna cost most salons over $100 and some over $200. So you need to definitely look into that. If you aren't like ready to like pay for that, it's totally fine. Just look them up just so you're aware. So tip number 5 is to find someone good. Now this is really hard in the hair industry, because a lot of people will screw up a lot of things with your hair. And I'm not saying just that to be like, oh, like you're never gonna find anyone good, but definitely look into it, and don't just look up hair color and click on the first thing you see. You need to research it. You should consult with a person. You should just don't like jump into it, because you want to make sure they're a good quality hairstylist that will do good hair that has, you want to look for pictures online of their past work. You definitely want to find like proof that they're good. Because yeah, you want to know what you're doing when it comes to like, spending that much money on such like a huge change in your hair. So tip number 6 is to get a consultation, and this can really help. Definitely wouldn't recommend just scheduling an appointment to dye your hair. Like my hair stylist, I went in and he had a vision and then it changed because he decided what would look better. I'm definitely happy I got a consultation because it just wouldn't have worked. I guess you need time to think about this after you consult to see what their pricing is, what their everything is, you know, everything. And maybe you want blonde hair and you go in and they say, I can't do what you want, but I can get close to that. It's definitely good to consult. And number 7 is pricing, money. So this is something that varies and has a wide variety in the hair industry. It's just, I keep saying hair industry, in hairstylists, throughout salons. It's just, it really depends on where you go. Chances are though, if you're paying $25 to get highlights or dye your hair for the first time at a salon, they're not going to be a good salon. You definitely, I mean, I'm not saying pricing indicates if it's a good salon or not, but you want to find somewhere that their pricing, you can see that's reasonable for me. You know, if you want to get extensions, and this is a hair color video, but if you want to get extensions, and like getting extensions the first time is like $1,000, so you don't want to be surprised by the price either, and you want to know what you're paying for what you're getting. Okay, so tip number 8 is to double check that before you dye your hair. You just want to say to yourself, okay, I'm really doing this, I'm really paying the money for this, I'm really changing my hair color. Especially if you do, like mine was like a full change, and if you're doing that, you want to make sure that you're making the right decision. Don't second guess yourself too much, because that can lead to just a lot of problems if you second guess yourself all the time. Because you don't want to second guess yourself too much. You just want to say, I'm ready for this, and you want to make sure you feel good about it. If you don't feel 100% in, then you're not ready. If you don't feel 100% sure that like this is what I want to do, then you shouldn't do it, because it's just kind of like you're making, I don't know, it's just, I keep saying this, but it's a lot of money and it's a lot of change and a lot of time, and you want to make sure you're making the right decisions. And tip number 8 is, yay, if you dye your hair, if you decide to dye your hair, hopefully you're happy with it and you love your hair. I hope that I've helped a lot of you make decisions about your hair, because I know how tough it can be. I was in that spot, and it's really hard to find. I mean, I didn't have anyone to really rely on for that. It was kind of just me. And if you want to dye your hair, and you do, I just hope it turns out great. And I hope you guys like this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.